All right. How's it going, folks? Good afternoon, evening, morning, whatever time it is. Happy Friday to you. You made it through the week. It is now Friday and almost almost a weekend. Hopefully you have something good planned. Otherwise, doing nothing's perfectly fine. Just relaxing, right? Busy morning today for myself. I was a guest host on Compressed FM with Amy, our head of design over here at Zeal, and much, much more than that. It's oversimplification, honestly. She does so much more. And we got an hour. We got stuff to do. Let's do that stuff. Whoop. There we go. Alrighty. Let's do that background music that I like to play. Is it this one? There we go. All right. Where we left off last time with this project was that we were working on updating from version 4.2, I believe, over to version 5.1 of Redwood, and everything went smoothly. We applied all the different code mods. The only thing is we were seeing some test failures at the end of the stream. So we will continue that endeavor of testing, of figuring out those tests, and then fixing those tests. Fixing the code, not fixing the tests. Fixing the code that might have caused those test failures. And those tests were in the end-to-end tests. So let's go ahead and run the end-to-end tests, find those failures again, and look into it and fix what needs to be fixed. This will probably take a little bit because it is booting up Playwright and all that type of stuff. So the tests that we're failing are end-to-end tests. That means that it is using the headless browser, specifically Playwright testing framework, to run our tests in the browser. And it runs it in all the major browsers, which is really cool. I did not do any work on this. I just reaped the benefits of it. Now, oh, did it really run everything? That's interesting. Oh, interesting. It didn't load. I wonder why. Let's try running the init again. Maybe something was missing from the setup. All right, building the Redwood app. Let's hide this timeline thing. The outline is fine. And we'll close this. If we scroll up, we can probably find the test that was failing right here. Reset password. User should fill out a new password input. So couldn't find. So element fill up new password, waiting for element to be visible, enabled. So when we go to user should fill out new password inputs for reset password. We'll let this run. Otherwise we will run. Otherwise we'll just get this running up in dev and manually test it. So it's new password input is where the issue was. Reset password spec. So let's preemptively go and open that up in our web folder. Pages. And we have our reset password page right here. And so for whatever reason, this isn't working. Our page is pretty straightforward. It's just a reset password component. Okay. Finish rebuilding Redwood. We're reinitializing. There we go. Now we're running. And we'll see what happens. We also have a storybook for this, so I can open up the storybook and try to see what's going on. Is authenticated false. So let's take a look at this page. So reset password. And then here is the actual form. So there we go. We see it failing again. Okay. So it's not even finding the password input field. And I believe this is, let's see, where is the password field coming from? It's coming from Redwood Forms. Okay. What are the conditional? Are there any conditionals in here that prevent things from rendering? Not within here. No. So there's no real reason why the password field wouldn't show up just from like a logical code flow perspective. I guess here, so set enabled, set disabled. So if it's enabled, the password field is enabled, would be enabled. This is attempting to validate the token, the user's token. Okay. Password reset. It's going to fail here again. I think the last set of tests is with WebKit. So it goes Chromium, Firefox, WebKit, the three major browser engines. See, it'll take a little while because I think it's 21 tests before it actually gets to it. So we should see this at 64, maybe? We're almost there. Here we go. We're at 65. All right. We consistently failed on that one input field. Great. So waiting for the password. Yeah, so it could not locate it. Let's go ahead and manually test this. So yarn redwood dev. Sweet. Everything is up and running. Yeah, the front end compiled. Yeah, everything should be. I think it's 8910. Oh, there we go. So this one is reset password page. Let's double check. The reset password page should say stuff. So that's forgot password. Which is the reset password page? I think we would see it. Actually, we should be able to see it in our tests, right? Reset token is required. Okay, so that means we have to log in. What is our seed file user logins? So admin, add example. Let's do that next. So login admin at example.com. And then ultra secure password. Do it. Oh, is that not? Oh. Maybe I have to need to, do I need to seed it? Maybe I have to seed it with data. Maybe I forgot that step. Let's double check. Let's make sure this step gets ran real quick. Because I might have forgotten to set up with data when we were doing the whole song and dance. I feel like there's like a little cut on my eyebrow. Make sure your database is up and running. Interesting. Do we not have the database running? I guess if I run yarn, okay, yes, because I need to run yarn dev, not yarn redwood dev. I need to run yarn dev, because in our helper project, or in this template project, we wrap the parts to automatically launch the database and stuff. That's what's going on. Now I'm curious to see if well, once this is done compiling or transpiling, whatever. There's a UI. Admin, add example. I still might need to run the seed file. Yeah, I think we still need to run seeds. Run the whole setup. There we go. Your database is now in sync with your schema. Feels good, man. Cool. There we go. Now we're logged in. Get rid of that. Now, the reset password flow. Let's figure this out. So for a user, how do we get to reset? How do we get it so that we reset their password? What is that user story? I don't see a password here. It must be for when you're first signing up, because let's take a look at the ERD. So user, there's our reset token. How do we set are. How do we reset a user then? Let's find out. It has to be when we are validating the user. So during the auth process, so I forgot password option, reset password. Yep. So we forget password, handler is invoked to verify the password user was found. The user name. There's been Okay, cool. Making sure that we get the right user flow going. So reset password is only invoked through the password reset. Now that we have logged in and stuff like that, let's make sure to log out. And then we will try to forgot password admin@example.com. So a reset password was sent to the user. This. So now we go to that URL and it's enabled. So this is fine. That means that for our user story, let's see, so I do this, password changed. There's something wrong with the playwright story then. Reset password. Okay. Let's see here. So mock entity upsert. Reset password. Reset token. This. Then we go to this. And we do waffle crisp. So looking at the code, something went wrong with the part where we validate the password. So under reset password, it calls this use effect to validate the token. The problem being that I'm assuming this is returning an error because probably the validate token helper it's not validating the token. So I've never used Playwright before, at least I haven't developed using Playwright specifically. I would want to so what happens if I try to do yarn test end to end? Where's our README? Testing. there it is. Yeah, so I'm gonna want to run debug. And can I run this specific file? Now, I'm not sure how this is going to work with having the dev server up and running. Running 66 tests using one. All right, so it launched this. But I just wanted to run one single test. Where is our script playwright? So under scripts, playwright. And the rest. Let's see. Actually, let's ask GitHub Copilot. Let's ask GitHub Copilot if it can tell us how to run a single file and test rate. Test cafe, what the heck? Test rate, sorry. So you're just supposed to, okay, so it's playwright test and then the name of the file. So like this. No, it's still running the exact same test. I guess I'll just let it run through and go from there. It's just gonna like open up every single instance. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. This looks like it's supposed to work. It's the same token. Let's see. So we're using use auth coming out of source auth, which uses the DB auth client, which is built in. So no custom code here. I guess what I'm gonna do. So it needs the test DB though. How much effort is it gonna be to try to custom configure this? The rest. If process is CI, it does that. We don't want to do that. Let's see. Parse playwright args. So do I have to do this? Nope. Running tests. Run a set of tests. So it's supposed to be that playwright test. The other commands. Yeah, this abstraction is a little tedious because you can't do custom commands. So what happens here? +1. Args should debug. So the playwright command right here is this. What happens if we do... There we go. That was a little bit of a roundabout way. All right, so let's step through this. What do you mean you can't navigate to URL? Maybe it needs the rest of the config. Is it because everything else is not set up? So it sets up that. Yeah, let's add this then. Great. All right, yeah, so token, reset token is invalid. So we just got the verification we needed about the invalid token. Now we have to figure out why in the test setup it's such that the token is invalid. Hello, go away. All right, we beat that boss, the test boss. What is needed to get this? So let's look at what happens in the user auth section that causes, let's see, it's on. It's not this, it is the functions. Here we go. So the forgot password flow, where is it? Reset password, here we go. Reset password. What this ends up doing is user, so where's the reset? Forgot password. So here. So well, I guess first thing in the steps is we trigger a forgot password. This goes to the user. It does an email. I'm trying to figure out how exactly it does the forgot password triggering. Handler is invoked after verifying that the user was found with a given username. This is where you can send the user email. So this is the callback for that. Let's see. It's creating, updating the user, removing the user, verify reset. Okay. Where is the forgot password page? So on response, forgot password. That's all it does. And forgot password is in the useauth, and useauth is built into our create auth client. So there's just something here that's a disconnect. Let's look at the official docs for self-hosted. Reset password. Handler is invoked after the password has been successfully changed, and that is this over here that we were just looking at. So this is reset password. How about forgot password? So forgot password handle. Yeah. So this is it. So this handler is invoked when the user found the username email and submitted on the forgot password page. That user will be passed an argument. Inside the function is you'll send the user link to the reset the password via an email. It's the most common. Link will be by default that. If you change the path to the reset password page and routes, you'll need to change it here. If you used another name, the reset token database field will need to change that to here as well. Did we change? We didn't change the URL because that part worked. Note that although the user table contains the reset token only for the handler, user reset token will contain the raw reset token to use for generating a reset password link. Although the user table contains a hash of reset token only for the handler, the reset token will contain the raw token. Is that what's going on? When we did the reset token part, what did that URL look like? I wasn't paying full attention, admittedly. It might be over here in this console. Let's see, let's look up reset. So the reset token, and then what's happening over here? Reset token, okay. Reset token. Maybe we can find... This looks fine. There is something that's not connecting. Let's see. With any tests. So verify token. This is where's this package at in here? Packages. Auth providers. DB auth. And it'd probably be on the website, right? Because let's see. Source auth. DB auth web, yeah, so it's the website. And we are looking for the verify token step that is in that use effect for the reset password. So we go in here, we try to validate the reset token. How does this work? Reset and fetch. DB auth URL. Validate the reset token. That's going to take us back, and then that's going to take us over to the API side. Let's check over here first. No. And then here we go. So it just does a simple find by user by this by the reset token as a string. So it's searching for find by token. Let's take a look at where find by token is defined here. And it does the find by reset token. Okay. Is it the expiration time then? No. Okay. So we get the current time and then we're adding a whole day, 24-hour day to this, it looks like. Because this is 60 times 1,000. So 1,000 milliseconds is 1 second times 60, that's 60. That's 1 minute times that is 1 hour times that is 24 hours. And that gets us plus the get time for for that reset token and verify token. Does it actually, does it reset token? So that doesn't do anything. Huh. So all of the token verification is happening internally. So I can't see anything that's happening. I'm gonna try running this one more time because I'm curious to see if it's gonna actually do the request against the Redwood app here. It is. Okay. Thank you, Playwright. Let's see if we can get into the internals then of the auth library on the server side of things. Let's see. Over here, here's the functions. Because I want to log a couple things. So we will try to see if we can get to that function. Distribution. The auth handler. Here we go. So verify token. Token. This might be a little bit too wordy, but we'll see. So forgot password. Where was it in the source code we were taking a look at? It is in DB handlers, and more specifically, we were trying to look for there. Wasn't verified token. What was it? See, I'm already forgetting. Validate reset token. Here's the function. And then we're trying to find the user with the reset token. So here. And then this is where the part of the code. Okay. Let's see if I can actually throw a debugger in here to find anything out. Ooh, my computer is running slowly. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's taking forever for it to register any clicks. Oh my God, why is this so slow? Let's turn off playwright. Maybe that's a symptom? I don't know. Oh no, we might have to end stream soon. This computer is getting too hot. There's too much going on for it. It is been an hour. Oh God. Let's see if we can try to get this to the point where I can at least get this to log something. There we go. Yes, comma. Oh. This is the part the hashed token. Two token hash. This is the part. Okay, I see it now. It is the hashing part of the token. I think that is messing things up. Yeah, there it is. This looks like it might be exposed. It's exposed on the API side. Let's see. Because it's going to try to hash the token and then pull that from the database, the hash of that token. That's probably why it's failing. We're storing the unhashed version of the token. So it's trying to go through. It's not trying to. It does go through. It does the hash token. And then it looks it up based off that hash. Based off the reset token. So unless we can hash that token appropriately, so can I actually hash that token? Is that available to us through the DB auth? Let's check the documentation here. Maybe we could invoke the hashing of the user, but this is a we don't have access to the back end, at least not. So unless we can properly hash this manually, we figured it out though. Let's see how user login occurs. So login, logout spec. Okay, that's okay. All right, we know what's going on. Let's see if we can fix this now. Took a little bit to get really down deep. Yeah, so that hashing part of the function is what we need to solve. Over here, the hashing is this, crypto.js. And I don't think this is available to us. Maybe we can try to invoke this. Let's see. Maybe hopefully we can get a little lucky here. Can you auto resolve for me? Excuse me. No, I can't. I was hoping we'd have access to this. What would be the best way to do this? So this is SHA-256 with hex, 2-string hex. Crypto.js. How might we do this? We can word array object. To a hex string. Is there a utility for this? There might be. So undo this, waffle crisp. SHA-250 hash generator, but we want to do 2 hex. Might just throw this into some sort of REPL. Let's see. And this is we're doing crypto.js. This might be the easiest thing to do. Crypto.js. Is this the, how do you install it? It's crypto.js like that. Okay. This one. And then what I'm just going to do is I am going to copy and paste what's going on over here. And I'll put that as the most roundabout way possible to get this to go. And we're trying to get crispy waffle crisp. And this is I'll just do a require. Grab that, put that here. Sure, prettier if you want to do that. Honestly, I'm not even really sure this is going to work. Here we go. Trying to fix one test. And we think I figured out where the root cause of the issue is. So hopefully, reset token is still invalid. So this is not this is a problem with our test setup that I'm trying to get done. So the upgrade happened just fine. We are perfectly fine on 5.1. But this reset password flow is off because it needs to, when it's going through the reset flow, it needs to verify. When it verifies the token, it fails in test. So let's see here. Maybe I'm just confusing the setup of this. What happens here is we generate a token. You store the token in token hash in the database so we can verify it later. So we take that, we generate that token, we store it as a hash. And we put it in the database. And then when it's verifying the user, wherever that happens, or whenever it's validating the reset token, it goes into here, finds the user by their reset token, and it grabs that token, hashes it, and looks them up. By their reset token. So maybe I just did this incorrectly here. Because the reset, the hash function, is this. Hash the token. And that's what we were trying to do over here. And then in the test, we try sending in waffle crisp. It's supposed to hash it and do that. Let's see. Yeah, so we get hello world. And then we get this. Waffle crisp is fine. That is the hash of this. So it's supposed to find this user based off this reset token. I guess the only thing we can do is double check. Let's try to throw a console log in there and see what happens. Let's see. So inside of the not forget password, let's see, hash token. Find user by token. Oh, this is the type file. Okay. And that. And we are looking for the actual function. All right, let's see. Now we're going to sneak in here. If my computer will actually work. Oh God, that's not what I wanted to do. Wait a minute for the input to go. So we're going to try to see what's going on in the innards of this. I typed this out long ago. Ooh, that happened quickly. Token Come on. You can type out. Come on. There we go. All right. All right, I'm going to restart the local server here. So it can hopefully pick that up. And maybe we'll actually see what the token was hashed to. Fingers crossed. We'll see what Waffle Crisp actually is in the app. Then we can officially ship this upgrade. My adventures always take us deep into the Redwood app. Huh. Alrighty. Let's try this again. If we're not eventually, okay. Apparently not. Apparently not. It's not a day in Redwood unless we're doing a spelunking adventure into library code. Here we go. Here we go. Playwright's booting up the stuff. Here we go. There's a token hash. We can see it. Where else is the... Where's the actual page? I don't see it anywhere. I see this, but I don't see the actual running... Oh, here it is. So it failed again. And then it opens up our results again. But that's our token hash right there. This looks exactly like this. So I did do the steps for the token hash correctly. Console. We are making our diabolical plan for this is working. Let's figure out if we actually found the user. So reset token is the column it's looking for. Reset token is the column. Oh, the keyboard is. Okay, keyboard. Actually, it's not the keyboard. It's VS Code is just being really slow. Okay. So the reset token does match. So Waffle Crisp as the reset token does get hashed and is in the database for this column within the user table. So what I need to figure out now is, do I actually get a user out of the table? It's moving so slowly that like the cursor, I don't get it, because the cursor is like, I can move the cursor fast, but the inputs are really slow. So it's like the cursor is independent of what the inputs can do. Like highlight, delete. Don't touch anything. Hey, the GitHub Copilot input worked for that. We're gonna do this one more time. So let's wait for everything to boot up again. And we'll see if we get the user. We'll probably end the stream after that. But at least we'll get some insight into... So the token hash looked good. Now we need to actually see if we actually are pulling the user out of the database. If the user is getting pulled out of the database, then that means that it's getting kicked back here when the token has expired. So it's considering the token expired and just, you know, killing the app from there. Let's close this. Don't need to have that open. We figured it out. Oh, we got the token hash we wanted. Now we wait. So like once we get some insight into this, I can only guess that another possibility is maybe we're not actually inserting the user into the database. Okay. Now let's go. Let's see. So step. We have to go through the whole thing again because I forgot to put log because the keyboard input is so slow. Oh, great. The only problem I'm having right now is that the computer's running hot, and since the computer's running hot, it's slowing down a lot. Now that it's getting to summer, I wonder if there is like something you could buy that will cool. Like, I have a cooling pad thing on for my computer, for my laptop, and it's just a fan that blows on the bottom of the computer. You know, try to like get air circulating around the computer, but that doesn't seem to be all that effective. I wonder if there's like other like more advanced products for cooling your computer down, other than like putting it in like putting your computer in like a refrigerator. Okay, looks like it's starting to spin up everything for running because I see this thing going now. We just gotta wait for Playwright to open up. Yep, there we go. And let's see. Step. Reset token's invalid. It's not finding the user. So this set options DB auth fields. This, we need to figure out where this is coming from. I mean, this should be fine. So maybe we're just not creating the user properly. Whoa, okay. My computer was just doing something weird. Okay. Well, unfortunately, we didn't get to... yes. The objective was to look into the failing test and try to fix it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to the point of fixing it, but we did figure out that there is something up with our test setup. That the user doesn't exist. We had to figure out a couple things with this setup, how to run a singular tests. But we know that the auth token, the hash token that we're adding in is correct for our test setup. So instead of reset token, and this was a change in Redwood, this was a security update in Redwood in one of the notes. I forget which version it was, but they did do a call out that they had implemented hashing for reset tokens, because apparently I think it was just the raw string. That's why Waffle Crisp worked, because it was just using that raw string. But now they changed it so that it hashes that token into the database and then pulls it out. So that's why, one of the reasons why this seems to be breaking. The problem is now is that it's also not creating the user. It's not doing this mock, and this mock entity upsert apparently is not working. So I'll need to look into this and figure out why the upsert action is not upserting properly. And this could be an issue just with drift between actual implementation. Don't know. We have to find out. But till next time, folks, I am going to be headed out. Whoops. This. I'll catch you in the next stream. Hopefully you have a great weekend, everyone. And hopefully at least you got some insight on how the DB auth flow works, because I sure as heck did. So I'll catch you in the next one, folks. Peace.